Yo, 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 what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I'm going to talk about 3 behaviors that you guys are doing that let women know that you're a loser. Now, what I want you to understand is this, is that if a woman goes on a date with you, right, has sex with you, talks on the phone with you, all these other things, right? That doesn't mean she actually likes you or respects you. You understand? A woman can do all these things and still think you're a loser. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why she's going to think you're a loser is based on the behaviors that you have. Now, you might be saying, Lucario, but why do I give a fuck if she thinks I'm a loser? Like, if I'm just trying to hit and I get to hit at some point, doesn't it matter really? And what I'm telling you guys is this, is that you don't want to be in situations where women think you're a loser, because you're going to get the short end of the stick. You're going to have a hard time dealing with women in general, and you're going to work harder to make things happen with women than a guy who actually has game. And you know what's worse is that if you actually deal with a woman that you really like, but she thinks you're a loser, she thinks you're lame, right? She's going to have you running around in circles and put you through a whole bunch of nonsense that's going to frustrate you. So even though you got to the point where you had sex with this woman, that woman still thinks you're a loser, and you're not going to have a good time trying to get to the sex and making things happen, right? So what I want to talk about is certain behaviors that you guys do that let women know, okay, this guy's a lame, this guy's a loser. He's the type of guy that I'm going to take advantage of, waste time with, and I might give him some sex, if I feel sorry for him after the fact, or if I feel like he does all these things for me, then I might, reward him with sex. And even thinking about that thoughts of her thinking about you that way lets you know that she doesn't respect you and thinks you're a loser. But anyway, let's get into this. So one of the things that you guys do that indicate to a woman that you're a loser is when you double and triple text, right? So any of you guys, you text a woman and you hit her up to try to make something happen or set something up, and she doesn't respond to your text, right? And then you double text her, and then she doesn't respond to your text again, and then you triple text her, right? So you're texting her back to back to back without her, actually hitting you back up, right? And so she realizes you're a loser because that behavior is a behavior of a loser, right? Because if you were a winner, if you were a guy who was confident, if you were a guy who actually was attractive, why would you be double, triple texting one woman when you have an abundance of women that want to fuck with you? Why? Because you're a fucking winner, right? You see how that works? So if you were a winner, you wouldn't be double and triple texting, because you would have that confidence within yourself, and you would see yourself as more valuable than a guy who's going to be chasing some woman down, double and triple texting her. So now she knows this guy's a loser because he's willing to do that. Right now, another behavior that shows that you're a loser is when you are willing to wait for sex. So you let this woman know in some form or fashion that you want to have sex, you want to hook up, and she says, oh, but I don't really know you like that, we should wait. And then you wait, right? So you're like, oh, okay, that's cool, we can go out on more dates, I can talk to you on the phone more, we can do all this other stuff. So you're waiting for sex. If you're waiting for sex, you're a loser. Because if you were a winner, guess what? You wouldn't wait for sex. You would have an abundance of women who want to have sex with you. So why would you be waiting for sex with this one woman when you have a bunch of other women who find you sexually attractive who want to have sex with you now? You understand what I'm saying? You would just kick this chick to the curb and then have sex with the other girls who want to have sex with you. Yes? You see how that goes? See, your behavior tells a story about you. Your behavior is showing the woman that you're willing to wait, and you're just like all the other losers that she had wait before. You feel what I'm saying? Now, another behavior that you display that shows you're a loser is when you are continuing to talk to and interact with a woman who is giving you resistance, right? So that's, you approach a girl at a club, at a bar or whatever, and you try to talk to her, and she's giving you shit. She's, being sort of standoffish, right? She's being disrespectful. She's ignoring you, and you keep trying to get at her, right? That shows you're a loser. See, a lot of, pickup artists try to tell you, hey guys, stick it in there, man. She's just giving you a shit test, bro. You got to pass her test. You got to, get through that. It's going to show that you're not willing to give up. And no, by you continuing to deal with her, it shows that you're a loser. Why? Because what happens is she's blatantly disrespecting you. She is, being resistant on purpose, and you are still trying to get at her. See, if you was a winner, right, you would be confident and value yourself. And so you are the type of guy who is used to women giving you cooperation. So if you're used to women giving you cooperation and you get what you want out of the dating game and women are receptive to you, women are attracted to you, why would you be trying to push through this one woman's resistance? Why would you be trying to chase this one woman down if you're that winner? You see, understand this, guys. Your behaviors tell a story about you. Because if your behavior is this, then that means that you're not that guy. Because if you were that guy, you wouldn't be acting like this. You understand? See, if you were a multimillionaire, would you be begging someone to borrow $10? No, because you're a multimillionaire. You have $10, right? So if you're begging for $10, then is it safe to assume that you're not a multimillionaire? So I wouldn't assume you're a millionaire if you are begging for money, right? Because if you were a millionaire, you wouldn't be begging for money. If you had women, you wouldn't be acting like a loser trying to chase women. You see how that works? So guys, listen, if you need any help, if you want to step up your game, go to shoplocario.com or go to badboymembership.com and I'll holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out.